Yerski, what do you do? What do you do, y'all? What do you do? Today I'm doing work. Today I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm out the fucking trenches. Me and Dennis just had a fucking awesome lunch break. And we were just talking about how fucking blessed we are. Excuse me to whoever this is. Let me just get this off, right? Because I'm feeling good. We're just talking about how blessed we are because, like, we were talking about, like, you know, consumerism really is just, like, late-stage fucking slavery at this point. And we're so not consumers. And it just hit us like a fucking ton of red bricks that, like, goddamn, it feels good to be the future. Goddamn, it feels good to be the example. It feels good to be fucking awesome. It feels good to be fucking gangster in this motherfucker, you know? I'm fucking feeling happy. So happy Saturn retrograde. I feel like I'm getting so many flowers from Saturn. I'm Saturn's child, so I'm just happy, dude. I'm just happy because, like, it's not my karma. It's not my soup. You know? It's not my monkeys. It's not my circus. Like, it's just like, it feels really fucking good. Like, sometimes it can be hard, like, living in the ever-present now to, like, realize, like, you've always been something like this. Like, I've always been a leader. I've always been an example, and my husband is we've led with our love, and that is something that I'm just, like, truly so blessed to have right now. So happy Saturn retrograde to whatever sign this is, but, like, 111, I just feel, like, so amazing right now, where I'm just, like, oh my god, like, no, I just shine like a fucking, like, my brother has this, like, gorgeous, like, New Mexico, like, the Tethered Solar Music Festival painting. It's just like, I'm just like, it's like, like, it's just like amazing. Like, I just feel like the sun right now. I just feel like I'm, like, so happy. And I knew that me and Dennis, like, there were so many times where we were, like, homeless and going without and, like, being fucking rejected from the fucking matrix and shit. And we, like, the thing that kept us going is, like, there will come a day when, like, darkness descends and, like, we'll be the only sunshiny people who are, like, vegan and healthy and beautiful and, like, glowing and have, like, more life in their spirit. And so I'm like, shitski, we're here now. And, like, whatever. So thank y'all for letting me praise God for like 20 seconds. Welcome. My name is the Holy Cow. I'm so glad to be here with you. Thank you for letting me be in your energy. We are going to do a zodiac sign specific read for you. You already know who you are. Obviously, you clicked on this message based on the title and the zodiac sign that it resonates with. But essentially what I'm going to do is I have 8 more signs left. I'm going to pick at random just so I can establish a rapport of trust with you, that you know that, like, this isn't pre-recorded. Like, these are just, like, I just do it live because I'm a gangster. Anyways, but yeah, I'm just going to do this shit live, and I love you, baby.
Love you.
Good luck.
Yes, you too. Good luck. Fuck with the word.
Thanks for the lunch break.
Yes, thank you, baby.
God, I love that guy. Just love that guy. I'm like, I don't know. Like, sometimes it's just like, damn, I have it all. I think like, we need more black women in 2025 who, like, if they earned it and they got it all, like, I want you to know you have it all. So anyways, whatever. But thank y'all so much for just being here. So I'm going to pick a sign at random. I'm going to shake it up, and we're just going to do the message for you guys. And I just want to really, like, reiterate, Saturn's retrograding period is really going to be about surrendering to spirit, surrendering to your higher power, and then building new structures around your life that can support the new evolution that you're going into. So from July 13th, which was like 2 days ago, to November 27th, which is like a fat 5-month period of time. So from Cancer season to Sag season, we will really be experiencing that. You know, we will be experiencing, you know, this deep evolution and ability to kind of go back and, like, put in place the structures that, like, should have been there per how well you listen to Saturn. So this is the sign that it is. I've just been so happy. I've, like, loved the readings that I just did, and I'm going to keep going. Oh my God, we're talking about Sagittarius. Okay, hey, Sag. Like, I feel that way. It's so funny that I kind of opened this up, Sagittarius, talking about how, like, I was always, like, the wisdom, like, how I've always been, like, a leader. And I feel like Sagittarius, like, you know, during this Saturn retrograde, I feel like Saturn is really going to give you an opportunity to build some structures so that you can kind of build a new life that really more so supports the ways that you've always been a leader instead of abandoning that. I feel like a lot of Sagittarians might have been going through a cycle deeply where it's like you were making choices that didn't honor the things that you've always led in, you know? Maybe you were always thinking that you needed to chase after things that needed to teach you the lesson. But I think Sagittarian, you are our teacher, you know, of the zodiac. You're the 9th house, you know what I mean? The higher learning, the higher wisdom. And, like, it just hit me today that, like, oh my God, Alexis, I am, like, fucking, I don't need to learn from other bitches. They need to learn from me. So Sagittarius, I think that you're going to have some really great restructuring going on during this time period that's going to allow you to really, I think, get back to what you've built in your life that has really set you apart, has really made you stand out. I think you're ending some karmic cycles with partnerships. I think this has a lot to do with your partnership sector as well, like picking the right partners for you that can also, that's a huge message, like maybe picking the right partners for you that can help you feel that way, you know, like I owe it all. I mean, behind every CEO like me or Dennis is like a deep love. And if I would not be where I am, like my business is very much my own. My husband like knows that. I don't take credit for Dolphin Boy Records. That is like 100% his, like that's his soul's work, and Tethered Studios is my soul's work. But like it is absolutely fueled by the love that man has given me. Like you don't understand. Like, oh God. It's like someone being bold and audacious and courageous and claiming that you are for them and that God knows that and that they know that. Like that shit changed my life and it helped me reach my personal goals. Like that don't even have shit to do with him necessarily. You know what I mean? Directly. Like, but he was like, he's really like my muse. And when you have that healthy love, it's like, damn, like that shit fills you up, bro. Like I'm telling you, ain't nothing really changed in my external environment. You know, I still have just as little, you know, materially, but like, dude, like that love alone, like just keeps me going every fucking day, no matter what cycle I am in, Sagittarius, you know? And I feel like this cycle that's coming to an end for you had caused you a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of those initiations. I feel like maybe you didn't feel like you passed them, you know, a lot of spiritual initiations and tests that were coming your way. And I feel like, you know, there's a lot of dark nights, a lot of initiations, but I feel like Saturn retrograde, if you take and heed the advice of this message, if it found you, I hope I can provide you some guidance and some clarity about how to get back on top of your wagon, Sag, because we need you. You are our teachers, you know what I mean? When teachers are having a bad day, it's hard. You know, we really want to appreciate you, Sagittarius. So let's see what Spirit has for you guys. Thank you for listening. Oh my God. So Sagittarius, right now the root of your message is, you know, getting back into a posture where you can expect to anticipate like more of a co-creation space, right? When Sagittarius, you need to, this is like I told you, you need to be back in your own power. You know, when you're thinking about like equal give and take, like, right? Because the Three of Wands is right before you go into the Four of Wands. So before you go into partnerships, so perhaps Sagittarians, you are really reviewing your partnership sector at this time and like who you chose up until this point of the year to like build with. And it looks like to me, I just feel like Sag, like maybe you had some situations where it's like, it's just you at your port again. So maybe it was all loose change, the things that you were really committing to and trying to like, you know, bring down your path because you're realizing I really need to be building and coming into union with things that start with where I'm already successful. Like Sagittarius, if you were picking partners where it was like, I'm going to go to them from my insecurity or to like finish off, ooh, huge frequency in my left ear, or to finish off things that I haven't done or that I don't feel successful in. And I feel like maybe I'm attracted to someone who like kind of exacerbates like what I think I don't do well, you know, like being alone or, you know, being whatever, blah, 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 blah. It may be Sagittarius. I think Spirit is really, Saturn really wants you to remember your value. And they want you to remember, Sagittarius, you've already built something for yourself. I feel like a lot of Sagittarius have like left the build. They've left the house. They've left their own kingdom for certain, like looking for something else. You get what I'm saying? Like you need to, this is like, you need to be at the kingdom, but you're at the port, like, you know, hoping, like, this is also like unrequited. I kind of just get like an energy of like, you'll always be waiting for them, but the whole time you're like waiting for something to come in and it's like actually about you. You have your own throne that you don't need to like abandon. You know, because it doesn't matter what someone could bring in or what ship could come in. Like the point is that Spirit was trying to let you know, Sagittarius, you already are a Queen of Pentacles. You know what I mean? You already have it. And like today I woke up for that. It's like I like blocked out a bunch of shit today. And like, you know, I got like, you know, I told you guys I don't really do the socials like that. So I got off of socials because like, again, I have a business that I got to run, you know, like I really do. And like a lot of, not more than just like one or two people rely on me. Like a lot of people rely on me. Like the whole planet actually relies on me for it to like just to give the frequency. Like I don't even have to watch my shit. Just the fact that I do the work alone means the work is being done on behalf of Spirit. You know what I mean? And so Sag, like I feel like Spirit's like instead of keeping you in this waiting position, because I feel like there's something about like you're waiting, and you don't realize like they're waiting on you. Like you think you're waiting for them to come in, but you're the leader. You're the one who had it, you know? And so maybe there were like dynamics that you were going into where you were thinking you're waiting for them to pop the question, waiting for them to fucking make the move, waiting for them to make the initiation. It's like you're the fucking generator. Yaski. Holy shitski. And did I not say partnership before I even saw any cards out? It's like, you see what I'm saying? You need to be connecting with your foundation before you, because the people that are for you are going to honor the foundation you've already built. I've said this a lot for you, Sagittarius. If you go back into the archive, I have a tab specifically for Sagittarius, a playlist. I would really encourage you to look, because this has been the long running theme for Sagittarius for the longest time. The partners that Spirit ordained for you are not going to make you abandon the foundation you've already made, period, full stop. They're not. And I think this isn't even a bad thing. I think some of you are looking at the right person, but I think your mindset around it is that like, maybe I need to change myself to like get to secure this. No more Sagittarius like changing themselves to get the partnership. You don't have to do that. even if the person that you are that's in your mindset that you want lives like polar opposite to you, you have to reground on your foundation because they need the medicine of your foundation no matter what. Like I said, me and my husband were in polar opposite situations. Like in theory, like I was like the kid that was like, if you were to ask an 18-year-old like what's the best thing an 18-year-old could be doing with their life, I was doing that. And then Dennis was very much doing like the thing that is like any 19-year-old, like what they're doing at the time that we came, is like he's doing the opposite end, where it's like this is exactly what you wouldn't want to see a kid doing with their time, right? I met him when he's in like a halfway house, you know, allegedly like a very hard drug addict, and I'm like a scholar, like I'm like in college. I moved 3,000 miles away. I was like all shit's paid for. I'm lit up, you know what I mean? And so when I think about that dynamic, I think about how much the only way for us to really come into union is like we both had to be very honest about our foundations, right? Because also for Dennis, like the situation that he was in, there was a lot of fraudulence and deception around it, and it wasn't even honestly true. So in order for him to connect with me, I really reminded him of where he came from. Like he came from this beautiful family. Like it's kind of funny, like it's very kismet. I'm telling you, if you guys have never seen Downtown 81, you should go watch that. But it's very much that frequency of like, you know, it's like it's like the prince and the frog, right? The frog prince is like locked in a frog's body, and like, no, who wants to fucking suck on a fucking frog's lips? Nobody. And so Dennis was like in that situation. There's like this prince that was hidden in plain sight, who's like, Dennis's like parents are proper fucking loaded. His dad's a fucking architect. It's one of like the most like high paying artist jobs you could fucking have. Also, it's just like the authority of being an architect. It's like once you know the code, like for architecture, once you get the trade, it's like, damn, like you can do pretty much anything. So this nigga's like was rich. Like Dennis was born very opposite of me. I was born like in the fucking trenches, in the fucking hood ski. You know what I mean? And then my shit was like, I was in the hood ski, but then like my star power like brought me out of the hood. I was always the kid that was like, how did she come from this gutter ass fucking situation? She's a star. And Dennis was the opposite. He was like, always told he wasn't a star, even though he was. And the reason he attracted like wealth from JIT, like niggas always lived in a 3-story home, like always, like proper like wealthy Atlanta. Like a lot of you niggas are from talking about Atlanta, y'all fucking talking about being from the hood. This nigga's not from the hood, okay? He's straight up North Atlanta, like straight up Fulton County, like rich ass nigga. Like he lives in the like the wealthiest county like in the country. Like yeah. So this is like very opposite of me, right? And so like the first time I went to go visit his parents, I like, cause I had known him from like being in the streets in the halfway house. First time I went and visited my in-laws in Atlanta, I was like walking up on this 3-story castle, and I was like, oh, it's like, oh, you didn't tell me you was living like this, nigga. Damn, we've been in my mama's little small ass like 1,200 square foot house, and this nigga's fucking he's like always proper lived in like a almost 8,000 square foot house his whole life, you know, type of shit. So I just feel like I just had to share that with you guys. Like sometimes like in partnership, no matter how polar opposite, like the best way to like come into the divine union will always be that it honors the foundation you really have, right? So Dennis, no matter how insecure he might have felt, because like, you know, my circumstance and my family situation might have been very different than his, but it was simpatico because our families are also very similar, like exactly the same. Our families are beautiful. We have a beautiful blended family, like truly we do. In terms of just like God could not have blessed us with two cultures that come together so beautifully and have so much similarity historically, and just like, you know, so I'm very blessed. It's very kismet. Like I said, also divine partnership, that's another reason I'm sharing this with you, is like it's not gonna have bugs. Like your divine partner is not gonna be someone that like your bitches wouldn't fuck with. Like you don't have to do anything. Like you don't even have to lose. Even if you got karmic friends, like Dennis, like I had karmic friends. Like I met Dennis at 20, right? I had bitches that like I used to roll with that I don't even roll with no more, but like they never had a problem with them because like we were really for each other. So like Dennis is proper at every sleepover. He's hanging with my girls. He's lived with my best friends. With, you know what I mean? We were all roommates and shit. Like, I mean, it's like, it was all copacetic. So I just mean to say all that because I think like a lot of you Sagittarians may have like abandoned your foundation hoping that it was going to get you something. And I think you just got left waiting. Truly. I truly think that you thought in order to like receive this love, I should walk away from everything I have. Or just like abandon my, and I think you're thinking about it the wrong way. This lover wants all it, like it doesn't matter even if you're in some karmic shit. This lover would like your karma, they like your dharma, they like it all, right? And I think that it's just important for you to like really reground in that Sagittarius, because it's like I also think that the person that left you like still waiting, you know, it's like kind of giving like waiting on the ring that's never coming, you know. I think it's just because you have to, it's like, and I also feel like as soon as you start refocusing on your foundation, you magnetize them immediately. Then they start running after you. Then they can't get enough because that's what they're actually looking for. I know you don't have the divine higher vision of like why, but you're like, you have to think of it as like counterparts. You have to think of it as like, you would be like, when Dennis met me, he was like, one of the first things he ever said to me when we were like, just like in our talking phase, he was like, dude, you just feel like the fucking meds, you know? And he had so many like issues going on psychologically. He was being brainwashed. He was in a very dangerous environment. And like, just being me. Like, honestly, like, just, like, the things that I was on, like, the fucking shit that I was into, like, just, like, what I did, I didn't have to change anything. Like, it was just, like, he really built up my self-confidence because, like, back then, he really made me realize how valuable I was. Like, just because he was like, dude, everything you do. Like, you know, like, I've always grown up, like, me and my brother have always been, like, artists, you know, our whole life. And, like, specifically, like, performance art was always a big part of our life. And, you know, but that's also, it's, like, after a while, like, when you grow up in the arts like that, like, it, you know, like, in the live arts as well, I think you kind of take for granted that, like, not everybody does that. But I've, like, always grew up, like, my entire family is all, we're all the same. There's a bunch of stars in my family. It's really true. And so, like, you know, cousins, you know, family, we've all really had the same. So, like, I feel like I was always surrounded by it. But when Dennis met me, he was like, dude, like, that makes you, like, a really, like, you're fucking cool. Like, he would always remind me, like, you know, not everybody, like, runs Austin. Like, not everybody can just, like, pull up to any venue and play every night and have a crowd of people around it. Like, that's not something most people do. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I guess that's, like, yeah. I guess that's cool. Yeah. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, all of my friends used to be like that when I was a kid too. It was just like, everybody loved the Taylors because it was just like, dude, there's always something fucking fun to do. Like, Alexis and Sherman are always like playing, performing somewhere, doing something cool, you know? And I didn't take it for granted because I was always like in it very much. But I think that's something that I never thought of, is like why people really like being around me, you know? Because I like bring that kind of like cool ass fucking frequency around like my vibe. So Sag, I just mean like really reconnecting. Like, if you abandoned your foundation to get the attention of someone, you're gonna push them away. If you clutch onto your foundation and really stand in the core of like the foundation of who you are, they're like, I want to fucking jump out of my bones and they love that you do your own thing. In fact, Sagittarius, that's your vibe. Like, people like you for the freedom you give them. Like, they like that you want to do you first and then you want to attract from there. So I think you're forgetting that that's who you are, Sag. And I think you might have been around a lot of partners in the past that were really like controlling that, like that were trying to make you into them. And so I feel like you lost yourself a bit, you know, in that past cycle. And that's what Saturn's here to help you clean up and like restructure. Because it's like, oh wait, people like that I have my own things, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a 9th house stellium, like I'm always generating my own knowledge, and I don't think I realize, like, I don't need to go after like other people. Like, people come to me for my fucking knowledge or like my life experience or like what I, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm on my Willie Nelson summer. I'm on my Willie shit. Like, you know, like sometimes I used to be like, you know, I used to always think like, oh, maybe bitches want to talk to a bitch from New York, but it's actually like really fucking cool that I'm like from Austin and I'm like this really cool like inside of the city that I don't think like you wouldn't know the narratives of like what like being from Austin is really like, but I'm like really proud of that now. Like, you know, like when I was 18, I wanted to get the fuck out of Austin, and as soon as I moved the fuck out of Austin, I became like Alexis Austin, Texas Taylor. Like, I was like, oh yeah, everything is like and then I became like the person who would be like shoveling, like everybody be like taking the shuttle bus with me to come back to Texas and learn about Texas. Like, people love to learn about Texas from me. Literally, like they do, because like my perspective on it is so rooted and authentic, and it's like relatable, and it actually makes people see like a not bigoted side of like what the state really represents, you know, not just like the white colonizer aspect of it, but like the indigenous aspect of it, the natural aspect of it, you know, the things that, you know, what are fucking real guys doing out here. So I feel like I've been coming into that self-love, and like I want that for you, because I think Sagittarius, you have such a, I mean, I'm telling you, you have such a cool life story. You have such a cool foundation, and I just want you to get, like, don't abandon the story that made you the fucking most attractive person in the world, you know? Because, like, that story is more important than, like, chasing other people's stories. I just feel like I need to say that, you know? Like, Sag, like, you have, like I said, like, you are so cool, you know? And I just feel like whatever you're learning from this partnership that kind of just keeps you waiting for fulfillment and there's not really a return, I think the second that you start going back and like you pull back and just like put your focus on like who you've always been and the foundation and where you come from, I think you're gonna find that it even magnetizes them to you. But I also don't want you to ever do this again where you cut things out of your life that you need. It's another thing, my mom is a Sagittarius, but she's like really cut me out of her life. She cut 2 of her kids out of her life. And the thing is, I know it's not true, because like me, my brother, Dennis, me and my brother, like are my mom's children. You don't understand. Like you cannot tell her she didn't birth all 3 of us. You can't tell that woman, like proper, like she knows, like I was always meant to have an Aries, Capricorn, and Aquarius child. Like it's so, it really is beautiful, the love that like my family members, like they just, I mean, it's just like my parents love the shit out of me, you know? My parents, like they're so lucky that their kids are so awesome, like and compatible to them and like the people they are, because it's not a given for parenthood. But I really had some divine shit in my whole family. It's not just like I'm the only curse breaker. That's not even true. You know, like I have a lot of people that broke a lot of curses and got a lot of good blessings out of doing that, you know, just by like, you know what I mean? And so like for her to let go of me and Dennis at this time is like a lesson I know that she's learning, because it's like, it's not a negotiable, but she let it go to try to pine after the attention of a partner that she has right now. And baby, it's just not worth it, because like you're losing your foundation. If you're with a partner that's like, I don't fucking like your kids, well then they don't like you, because your kids are an extension of a choice you made consciously at some point that you were proud to make, you know? You're ready to let that nigga bust in you. So there's no like, you're right, fuck them, just to have that, because it's gonna leave you like high and dry. And then you're always gonna be like, is this divine? And it's like, I told you, the reason I had to tell you about my like personal stories is because like, I'm trying to like reiterate, like when you come into divine union, it like, it looks a very specific way. It's not incompatible. You don't even have to do anything. Like when I met my husband, I just walked in, his siblings, best friends, like we're like, it was immediate. It's not like, it's like for you. It's not everything. My extended family all the way, like most of the family doesn't even speak English proper, and like we're fucking locked in. Like I am everyone's favorite fucking person. You don't even understand. They fuck Alexis. They love me the boots down. Like my grandparents on both sides like love me down. You know, my aunts and uncles love me down. So yeah, that's a lot. Like I have a lot of beautiful love. Like, you know, and even at a friendship level, like all of my best friends, like we were family. Like their parents, like my parents, like it was like Austin really like, man, shout out my fucking hood, bro. There's nowhere like it. It's the safest place in the world, because people really like, it was a real community ass place. And as a Gemini rising, like, you know, the third house is everything, you know, the short distance travel in your community, your neighbors, that matters to me. You know, Austin's that place that does block parties for real, you know, and that shit, like that has like garage band party, you know, shows and shit out of the garage. It's like that shit fucking, I want to bring more of that to the world, because I don't want to lose my childhood. That shit was like, my shit was like, I was so fortunate as a kid. I had such a fucking massive community and a huge foundation. And the 9th house stellium in me is telling you, Sag, there is no one that is worth giving that up or gambling that for it, because you'll just be waiting. I feel like this song, I love another fucking Austin fucking thing. But, you know, Austin, I know. Shout out Wild Child, bro. Go listen to the song Rillo Talk. Rillo Talk, like Amarillo, but like Rillo. Because that, like Cigarillo. But Rillo talking, it's just like, shorty ate that fucking track up, bro. She's like, wait around all day, I wait around all day. It's a great ass song, but it's the forlornness that I feel like Sagittarius is like going through. It's like, you're like waiting around all day, I'll wait around all day. Like when you sacrifice your foundation to fit in with people in any capacity, you are literally going to be waiting around all day for something you literally already have. You know, 2222. Sag, I'm feeling like, oh my god, my vibes are amazing right now. Like, I'm just so fucking happy. Like, I'm really so happy. Like, I can't even tell you, like, I love where I'm from. I love who I am. I feel like God chose everything so perfectly for me and my family, and I just want that for you. I want you to know, like, that's how you get there, you know? Honoring you, there's nothing else to honor but where you came from, scars and all. My shit wasn't perfect. Sagittarius, there you come out in your own reading. You know, you're finally, look, Sag, fuck yes. This is like me. I'm reconnecting with my mother on this one, dude. Mom, love ya. Even though, you know. But me and my mom, bro, like, to have an Aquarius daughter as a Sagittarian mother, God loves you. Because she is here to finish off, like, every vision you had for yourself, that daughter is going to do it. And I know my mom is proud of me, you know? I know she's proud of me. Because she taught me, like, we were, like, our family is feminist. The masculines, my father, like, women first. Women are the future. You know, the future was always female. Like, we were raised on that. We don't, you know? And I came from a lineage of strong women, you know? And it's the reason why I thought it was so important. You know, I have always had heroes. I think I talk about Ann Richards. It's like the first female governor, the only female governor of Texas that we've ever had. It's the last, like, shred of hope. It's been since 1997 since we've had hope, you know, for Texas politics. And I just feel like I'm not going to stop in this life, like, you know. I won't stop until I reach that. Until, like I said, like, I am one of those people that is a leader in my community. It, like, really fucking matters to me, you know. My city, my state really needs me to keep pushing. And I feel like my mom is so proud of me because sometimes she gives me, like, my hardest fucking lessons. like, her turning her back on me at this time pushed me into my destiny in ways that I can't repay her, because sometimes our parents, they do the thing that we know we need, and they become the trauma and the toxicity, so that we know, like, we have to go past that. And it was hard, you know? It was hard because she, like, abandoned our foundation, and it made me really be like, Mom, we can't let go of Austin. We can't forget who we are, you know? Like, I am no different than this city. Like, I don't know, Sagittarius, like, maybe you just feel like where you're fucking from, like, is everything that's special about you. Because that's how I feel about my city, and I have a 9th house stellium, you know? Like, I love Austin more than anywhere I've ever been. I don't even have a desire sometimes to be anywhere else, because it's like, this city gave me so much that it, like, I just feel like, I was just, no matter how hard my life may have been, like, as a kid, I just took it at face value because the city felt so expansive, you know? And it's been so hard to see my city, like, go through some of the, like, death cycles that it's gone through, and, like, to see so many of the beautiful things that were once, like, made it so great, like, you know, just to see the condition of the water right now, like, you know, you're not even allowed to swim in the lakes right now because, like, it's just, like, we've killed, like, the natural world here. In my heart, like, it just, like, breaks, like, you know? It's like why I'm so, like, Tethered Studios is, like, trying to, like, do water initiatives and stuff for my city. Like, I'm trying to really get into that framework so that I can, like, if the city's gonna ever, like, fucking Greg Abbott is fucking dumbass is gonna just let our fucking national, like, you know, like, just, like, our fresh water just, like, decimate and, like, not continue to bring the city budgeting to, like, continue to keep up our parks, like, and then fuck it, I'll be a fucking private institution that'll spend its own money to, like, do that, because I just don't want to lose this city, you know? And I just feel like this city reminds me of myself. Like, maybe it's, like, allegorical to yourself, you know? But I just feel like, Sagittarius, you are being called, like, you realize now with this Saturn retrograde, like, I couldn't fumble that, because maybe you're supposed to be the person that's, like, healing the land you're from. You know, so you were trying to chase this partner and go fucking become whatever the fuck they want you to become, and you actually sacrificed your roots, and the whole time your destiny is about fucking healing where you're from and being the divine energy that it needed. It was always your destiny to look at this. You're filtering the cups, and you're the person, the conduit for new water. And my destiny is so deeply tied to my mother's, you know? Like, she went to fucking UT Austin. She set the framework, bro. She set the fucking framework. Everybody knows Wanda Taylor. She works for our community college. She's like the GOAT. You know? She's like the greatest to ever do it here. It's a you know? Shout out the River Bats, bro. Like, you know? Like, damn. Like, man, like, sometimes I'm like, my shit goes too deep. I can't fucking forfeit for shit. Like, I can't fucking let nothing pimp me out my shit, bro. Because I know where I'm from, man. Like, shit. So, Sag, don't let nobody pimp you out where you're from, bro. You know. So, anyways, I feel connected to my mother, and maybe you'll feel connected to your maternal energy, the nurturing, because this is about you nurturing yourself. This is about Sagittarius healing a deep, like, mother wound. And I think many of you Sagittarians have maybe positive mother, like, your destiny is deeply intertwined with, like, the framework that your mother started for you, you know? Truly. It's like your mom really set the fucking vision for you, and you want to, like, finish the prophecy of that. But this pivotal choice in partner matters, because there's a partner that's for you that will honor what you've already built. And I think you need to stop fighting the divine, trying to be like, no, I just want this one to work because you have, like, low self-esteem or whatever. You're gonna go on a self-esteem journey this next 5 months, you know, Sag? Because you got to know that. You got to know, like, it doesn't matter how bad you want it to be, whatever you want it to be. You got to go with the partner that's already naturally aligning to, like, what's in your face. That, like, again, and if you are looking at new partners, you will see that. Like, you will see, even if it's someone that's new, like, they're going to really honor that about you. They're going to really, like, again, Dennis is not from Austin. Like, again, this is the funny thing. This is what I love about our story. We have so much individuality. Dennis is, like, the king of Atlanta. Like, I'm telling you. Dennis the First is, like, the GOAT. Like, he's like the only Honduran architect y'all know. Like, there's no other fucking Honduran architects that are fucking coming to America and fucking goated. That's his dad. That's my father-in-law, you know? Also, his father was born on the same fucking day as him. So, like, I love my father-in-law. Just, like, from an attraction level, it's just, like, he's, like, the exact same as my husband. It's like my husband is just, like, his little clone, but, like, better. It's, like, the fucking G'd up fucking 2.0, you know? And so, it's, like, Dennis is a totally different, like, but I, like, when I met Dennis, I love Atlanta. Like, you don't understand. Like, Atlanta's like, and I've never been to, I had no roots in Georgia at all, like, at all. But when I met Dennis, it was like the way that Austin and Atlanta are like the two sides of the same coin for us. And we have been building with Dolphin Boy Records and Tethered Studios. Like, one of the things we're building is we're building this like underground freeway where it's just like basically from Atlanta to Austin is pretty much where our family's like lineage really like rolls. And so, you know, we have both of us have shared history in New Orleans, like from our, like, you know, whatever. So we really want to create infrastructure from Atlanta to Austin, you know, and that's like what our long-term goal is like, especially with where we want to put the studios, like in the future, you know, there's a property in Atlanta that we've like really been trying to manifest. It's like really important to us because we really want to have certain headquarters there. You know, we want Dolphin Boy Records and Tethered Studios to have a presence in Atlanta. We also want them to have a presence in Austin. We want them to have a presence in New Orleans. Like, these are things that are really important to us. And getting the right partner can help you start mapping that out, where it's like you're going to be able to like funnel like how your impact when you come together really like can support like this new grid. Like, when we got together, it was just like, oh, and like, you don't understand, like, my family loves Atlanta. Like, the one thing about us is like, they are like, every time you're with the right partner, it's like it's good for everyone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went to school in Seattle, it was good for everyone. Dennis's siblings would come up and visit us. Like, everyone used to visit me in Seattle, because like that's just somewhere you don't have access to if you don't like know somebody there. Like, it's cool to visit, but it's even better to like know a local in Seattle, because like you're just gonna have a different fucking frequency. And so, Sag, I'm just telling you all this stuff because I'm trying to show you like how your life will expand when you get into a partnership with someone that like actually makes sense, because it's like where you're from and where they're from, it's like, yes, that's where we want to go. We love that. You know, I didn't even have to know much about Atlanta. And as soon as I went to Atlanta, I fell in love. It feels like home to me. It like literally feels like it's my second home straight up. And it's like, it's been so beautiful the last 8 years to spend such a high amount of time in Atlanta, like, you know, all the time. And it's just like, I feel very blessed because I was so like, before leaving Austin, I was always like team Austin all the time. And now it's just like so beautiful to watch Tethered Studios is like, you know, and I'm so accepted in Atlanta, like as an individual. Like, as soon as I get off the airport, oh my God, Atlanta does me proper. Every time I touch down in Atlanta, everyone floods up to me and they're just like, they just see Austin like just translates really well there, because Atlanta's also like proper a city for weirdos. Like, Atlanta's like hood, but it's for fucking weirdos. Like, the local culture is like kind of on the trippy hippie thing, just like Austin. And so it's like very cool because like, it just, I feel so loved because like Dennis loves Austin more than anything, because it's that place, it's so hyper local and it's way smaller, obviously. But it has this like flair of like that authenticity that's just like, and then Atlanta's like freak show. Like, I love Atlanta because it's just like freaks there. I mean, think about 3 Stacks, think about, you know, think about Big Boy, like think about, I mean, it's like the freaks, you know, it's not just like, these aren't, yeah, they were hood niggas who like fucking put on for the sound, but they were freaks, you know, they did it their way. And it's like, that shit for me is like, it's just like so much shared history. So again, I just want you to know, like, in the recent past, you were getting enlightened that like, you've built so much, Sagittarius. Like, you know, and I think this is what you were gambling. Like, you know, you needed to be, like, Spirit was having you, you know, you don't want to crucify yourself and like, let go of all the things that you have worked on. You know, just because you want to force an outcome, because there's someone that's for you, there is a soul. I feel like there's a soulmate that you were giving that you weren't realizing was for you, or maybe you're like reflecting on your life at this time. It's like, oh, the person that's really for me though, like it all would just make sense. It would just, because you could be on the high vibration and you could have this Sag, and you know this. Like Saturn retrograde is going to give you guys the time to finally go back and start doing that infrastructure. So I'm like really excited, because for me, that's how it feels. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I really want to go on my tour, because it's like, it's supposed to be the financial thing that like really gets all these bigger acquisitions underway for me and Dennis. And we're just so excited because our family's been like waiting, you know, for so long for the energetics to match up, because they see me and Dennis's vision and they know it's huge. And they know we got the fortitude to do it. They know me and Dennis are going to fucking make it happen, no matter what cycles we're going through. But it just has a lot to do with that. It has a lot to do with, like, you know, in the recent past, you know, you might have been crucified because Spirit was just trying to remind you, you're too valuable. You've built too much, you know? I think Sagittarius, it's kind of like what I woke up feeling like this morning. I kind of woke up thinking like, damn, like, wait, why am I I'm not at step 1. I'm at like step 8. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already 8 of Pentacles. I'm not just starting. You know, so it's really important to make sure that, like, when you're attracting people in, that you're grounded and that you know where you're actually at in life and what phase you're at. Because I feel like that's the message for you, Sag. Just like, you can't go for people who don't really match, like, what step you're on. Even if it's just because you really want to be loved, or you really feel insecure, you really want to, you know, whatever. You got to really, like, stay in your bag. Honestly, you have to really stay in your own personal bag. And, oh my God. See? again, Sag, I told you, you manifested your 10 of Pentacles with a demonic frequency that's not actually where you're at. And I think you're learning that. Like, I think that Saturn retrograde is going to help you take down or remove this from the picture, because I think they just keep leaving you high and dry. Like, every time you're trying to build something on your 10 of Pentacles, Sag, just like this frequency is just like leaving you high and dry. You know? Who's for you won't make you leave your hood, won't make you turn your back on who loves you, on who you are. Who's for you will build on the foundation you already have. In fact, your foundation will expand their life. It should expand their life. They shouldn't be rejecting it. You get what I'm saying? Like, when you start talking about, like, the values you really have, I feel like this, like, Sag, you've been having all these signs that you've been seeing through these people where it's like, you know, you talk about your real values. Like, even with my mom, like, the current partner that she has, like, you know, he like, I'll never forget, she was, like, so disheartened. Like, my mom, one thing about her, every MLK day, she's gonna, like, because me and Sherman, like, I used to, like, I lived in different states and stuff, so I wasn't always at home. But she, like, when we were at home, like, you're going to go to the MLK rally that we put on at our historically black college here in Austin. So you're going to go there. You're going to fucking listen. You're going to re-indoctrinate yourself. Like, MLK is like my mom's, like, that's like her Gandhi. Like, she's like, MLK is the go. And rightfully so, duh, what the fuck? But, you know, MLK was like that personal hero for her. And she really feels like it's important for me and Sherman to never, like, you know, and then when Dennis came into our life, it's like, so, like, when we were, like, living in New York, she'll text us on MLK Day, like, you need to go find some programming somewhere and go, like, sit at a nonprofit and, like, listen and remember the story of this, like, every year, you know. And when she first started dating her partner, I remember 2023, she, like, me, her, and Dennis were, like, going to the march, like we do every year, and she's, like, talking to him and whatever, and we were, like, going to the rally, and there's a rally, a march, and the huge festival that we have at the campus at Houston-Tillotson, which is, like, the historically black university right here, downtown Austin, like, right across the street from UT. And bitches don't know shit. But anyway, shout out HT. Yeah, many of you don't know, but I was a sorority girl as a kid. I was a Delta Gem, Delta Sigma Theta, you know, Delta Sig. Anyways. So shout out my guys, shout out the Delta Gems. Anyways, but yeah, Houston Tillotson. So we were going to our march. So we do proper every fucking year. It's been doing since I was born. And because it's important. And, you know, we're going, and I remember the partner that she was with, and she was like, she said that she was going to the march, and I guess, like, he didn't want to go, obviously, he didn't give a fuck, whatever. He's a nigga, too, he's a black man, right? But we fucking Smithville, so it's like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's on. But I guess he was like, she was telling him about it, and he's like, what's that? And obviously he's saying it from an ignorant place, like, he just doesn't want to go, but you look stupid when you're like, what's that? My mom's like, what's MLK? Like, what do you mean, what's MLK Day? Like, what do you mean, what's the rally? He's like, well, what you finna do? Like, it's like, and I remember she was just so upset. She was just like, who the fuck doesn't know? And I was like, bitch, that's who you're dating. Like, I don't know I don't know what black man who's like in their 60s doesn't like know about MLK's impact. I mean, you don't even have certain freedoms if it wasn't for what? Like, okay. But yeah, that's what I mean. But she's still currently building her 10 of Pentacles with the same guy who like literally 2 years ago was like, who's MLK? I'm like, what? Again, more reasons why I had to let my mom have her space to go through her karmic cycles, because again, there are things that attack our bloodline that we just, you know, we all gotta fight our own battles. But yeah, that's this guy. This is shit like that. And it was just like, for her as a Sagittarian, it just like broke her heart, because I feel like for him, for his love, it just came with the conditions of like letting go of things that really mattered to her. Like I said, my mom, it doesn't matter where the fuck I am in the world, I could be in fucking Ghana. She's gonna be like, bitch, did you fucking go to see, did you fucking read, did you watch the documentary? You know, she's like that, you know? She's like very like, no, don't forget your fucking roots. Type of bitch. And I love that about her, bro. What the fuck? Like, she was like, you know. So Sag, don't do that shit, bro. Don't try to manifest with these demons, bro. All Sag, like, you know, for all of us, the Sagittarian message, the Sag in your chart, don't try to build your 10 of, if you think that you have to like let go of something that you're building for something, like you don't straight up. Let's keep going, because I'm over here like talking a lot about my personal life. Exactly. I think when you put something to rest, you're gonna, even though it might be difficult to walk away from this or put something to rest, I think you're fucking coming, the near future, it's like you're gonna be so in, the universe is gonna show you immediately why putting that to sleep is like the best thing you could have done, because you just don't want to keep gambling, you know. It's gonna take a dark night. But you're gonna have to follow your star. And I feel like for my mom, I'm her star, right? Like my mom knows this about me. If I don't fucking fuck with something she's doing, she's like gonna come from her ego. She's a fucking Leo rising. She's gonna come from her ego about it every time, and she's gonna be like, no, like I want to do what I want. And she's like, you know, Because my Gemini rising's like, that's corny. And her Leo rising's like, no, it's not. I'm like, oh my God. Again, like I said, my mom's big three. Let me tell you something. My mom's big three is the same as Ted Bundy. My mother is a Ted Bundy type of bitch, okay? So, if you want any insight on my childhood, okay? I got a fucking esoteric psychic father, fucking healer, and then I got fucking Ted Bundy. So, that was my fucking life, okay? But again, so it's like this hermit energy. It's like you're gonna have to follow your own guidance, your own light, your own star, because you know that the star in your life, you know, like for me, Austin, like anyone who doesn't fuck with my city proper, get the fuck away from me. Anybody that wants to take me all over the world when I'm good, I'm like good to be where I'm at. Like I like where I am. Get the fuck away from me. You know, anybody who has shit to say about Texas, get the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? I don't want to fucking hear that shit, bro. I don't. Like as niggerish as I am, I don't want to hear it. Okay, shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Shut up. I don't give a fuck what you think. You don't know shit about shit. You know, and I just feel like Sagittarius, you need to embody more of that energy. You need to be like, no, bro. Like, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear the fucking mumbo jumbo. I like where I'm from. I like where my roots are. And I'm not going to compromise that for anyone, you know? I'm good being alone if it means that I can keep my fucking everything I've ever built, you know? Because I think my mom just, like, gambled. She made a deal with the devil. Like, when you go up to the devil and make a deal and you gamble your empire, your 10 of Pentacles, you can lose it. And then you need divine rehabilitation to fucking heal it. But I'm just here to tell you that that partner is not your divine partner. And I'm giving you examples of what divine partnership will do for you. And how far your vision can expand. You know, I'm just a little girl from Austin, and now I'm talking about fucking making film studios from fucking Atlanta to Austin. You know, proper. And don't even get us started. Like, the real end goal for me and Dennis is, like, we're trying to eventually, like, in, like when Dennis and I are, like, in our 60s, like, we're moving to Honduras. Like, we're going to live there indefinitely, you know? It's just, like, our ideal. Like, you know, I've had this whole vision about, like, Honduras being, the next Hollywood. And, like, you know, because, and it started because my husband was, like, he's, like, the OG movie star. Like, he, like, looks amazing on film. Like, it was the first thing I told him. I was like, dude, your proportions as a person look amazing. They translate amazing on film. And so, then he, like, every time I've made so many movies about him that I'm like, damn, like, there's probably a lot of, and it's like every Honduran I meet, I'm like, y'all are like fucking, so Honduras is on the map. So that's my future. Like, our goal is to eventually, like, expand Dolphin Boy Records and then basically start making, like, job opportunities. So, like, Dolphin Boy Records wants to do, like, education. So if we can, like, you know, keep people out of, like, you know, cartel violence and actually, like, give them, like, you know, hey, like, we can bring the catrachos and give them a job, you know, at Dolphin Boy Records to learn how to, like, work in, like, our press or our plant, you know, help them fucking learn how to, like, press records and press and dub tapes and, like, you know, do, like, distribution, because Honduras is filled with people who work with their hands. It's a very production heavy place. It's a great place for a film studio. So that's our goal, like, long term, you know, like I said, give me 30 years. But in 30 years or so, like, that's what me and Dennis want to do is, like, we'll be in Honduras, like, living it up, bitch, on the beach. Like, fuck all y'all, you know? So we're super excited about that. But I want you, Sag, I want you to be able to have that same fucking vision of shit, you know? Because I just feel like, you know, I also just, I think that right now, like, it's just, like, I think that Saturn retrograde is, like, bringing you back to everything you've ever done. And it's giving you this sense of, like, success that I think you forgot you had because you were so lost in the sauce. Like, I think you thought you were not a success because, like, this person wasn't, like, responding to your frequency. But then when you, like, look back at the foundation, you're both like, how could I not be a fucking success? What? How? I have everything. Right? And that's how I feel. It's like, at this point in my life, when I'm 8 years into my relationship of building with this beautiful mega family now, I'm like, oh, yeah, I can't not be a success though. So it doesn't matter, like, what new things I'm trying to initiate, who I'm trying to come in apart, like, like, I already have success. And I think, Sag, that's what this is, like, this Saturn retrograde is going to really, like, fortify for you. Another big thing is, like, you know, it's important to understand the path you're picking, you know? I think, Sagittarius, I think you learned that now. It's not just about picking people. You're picking the path that these people come with. So when you see somebody in your life that you want to, like, connect with or whatever, they'll come with a path. So I want you to start thinking more, Sagittarius, like, the people you pick come with a path. And just make sure that that path is congruent with the foundation you built. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? Because you were afraid of the dark night. I think, too, some of these partnerships that you go for that honestly aren't on the path you were already walking are always going to leave you out in this dark night, right? When you have an empire, like, why would the emperor leave his empire and just go into the dark? You know? Unless he needed to learn how valuable. It's kind of like me when I was telling you how I, like, left Austin and went to Seattle for school because I just needed to be regrounded. Like, that Austin is exactly where I'm going to be building my future empire. And Seattle was super important because I wouldn't have information about the world that I needed. Like Austin, there are certain things in Texas that are limited. There are certain like lower consciousness that dwell here, where I needed to go to the most conscious place in the United States, which is the Pacific Northwest. And that's where the most like intelligent, awake people are. And I got exactly what I wanted. Like I got spiritually awakened. And I went and I like learned from the Jesuits in my university, and I was like fucking tapped and blessed. And it was like, praise God. So it was amazing. But again, you know, you gotta understand that even if you do have something that initiates you through a dark night, the dark night is going to bring you back to your foundation and to your home. So let's look at your outcome, Sag, and then we'll ride. Saggy, you're going, look, you're going to find forever with people who like meet you at your throne. And I think sometimes too, if you were doing the runner chaser thing, if you were doing, she's a runner, she's a track star, like if you were doing that, I think you just didn't think this whole time that they like you for the foundation you have, which can be hard to believe because maybe you come from simple beginnings. Like my mom's from Luling, you know what I mean? I don't think sometimes she doesn't realize like people like, I don't know, sometimes you come from somewhere humble, you know, like I said, like Austin, like, you know, now people know certain bullshit about it, but it's like a humble place. It's like everybody from there is like humble pie, you know? So like sometimes I don't always, like I was really shocked that Dennis like was like living in Austin. I was like, what are you doing here? Nobody like moves here. Like nobody like does that for real. Like what are you doing here? He's like, it's fucking lit, bro. I fucking love the film industry here. I fucking love the artists here. Like, I was like, oh shit, you're like my guy ski. Like, yeah, and it's exactly what I wanted because I'm also a 9th house stellium. Like I want someone who's like really different from me. And I like want someone who's gonna like expand my life. So it's like actually I wouldn't have probably ever fallen in love with someone from Austin because first of all I know everyone, but also like I want something new. And so like when I met Dennis, he was like just like the perfect person because he's obsessed with Austin and like obsessed with like the culture and the life and like he's a proper Austinite. He married into the fucking royal family of Austin. He's like good eye guy. This guy's a sharpshooter. Like he came to Austin fucking through rehab and found Alexis Taylor. Like that was crazy. Like good eye. Because like me and my brother and my family, like we just have a long lineage in this city, believe it or not. So you're going to be coming into union and finally mixing forever, but from your throne. You know what I mean, Sag? And so that's the most important thing that I feel like I have for you, Sagittarius. It's just like really remembering that like the people that are for you, like love the foundation you have built. And just never forget that. And you don't ever need to abandon the foundation you have built to chase after someone because you'll be reminded like you've been reminded here like they weren't for me and it's just going to make me have to heal. And it's all right because the universe will will incentivize me for at least like cutting it and being done with it. But you don't need to like run out and try to like, it's not, the grass isn't greener over there. You know, the grass is green where you've watered it and you've watered yourself beautifully from like in your own foundation. And you need to know that if anyone rejects any part of something you chose to do, they're rejecting you. And you don't need that. You know, you don't need that. And then the people that are for you, that's like all green flags. They just like, they'll show you how much they value because they'll just be like they just like want to show you like, no, I value, like, I like you. I like what you are. I like you, no. And you'll see it like, it's their own relationship. Like I love my husband because he has his own relationship with my mom. He has his own relationship with my brother. He has his own relationship with Austin. Like that's important to me. He doesn't just like Austin because I'm from here. I mean, that's a huge incentive. He found the love of his life in Austin, but like he like fucks with Austin. He was just out here dicking around. He lived in Austin for 2 years before I even met him. You know what I mean? He moved to Austin in 2016. Like top of 2016, March of 2016. I didn't meet him until June of 2017, right? So he'd been dicking around here just like happy being fulfilled by the city without even thinking about coming here for a girl, right? Or anything. And so because he loved Austin so much, he attracted the girl who like also matches that. Like who like, you know, and then he found even more reasons to love Austin and now he's like a proper Austinite. So I love you, Sagittarians. I hope this message is really beautiful, but it looks like the next 5 months, you're going to be very much cleaning up whatever that was and building up the new structure from your own throne. Like start there. Start at your foundation and attracting people who like you for what you've already built because you've built you're already a queen. You're already a king. You know what I mean? You don't have to, you know, play jester or joker. You know what I mean? To try to like win someone over when there's nothing to win. And they're probably just a demonic frequency that's trying to just take your 10 of Pentacles because they can't get it themselves. You know, but no more of these fucking dating these niggas who don't know who MLK is. Straight up. Like, don't, like, no. Like, you have values, you have morals and shit. You don't, like, you just don't want to be with people that's like, I had to throw all that out the window just to fuck on this bitch. Like, boo, rotten tomatoes. So, love you guys. It's been a great reading. Kisses. And happy Saturn retrograde. I think you guys are going to do great with this one. See ya.